Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Hello everybody. Got ourselves a little bit of an unboxing to do here. Well, not really an unboxing, more of a first look because they're already out of the box and you can kind of see what is here. I ordered these from Smoky Mountain Knife Works on Sunday. They arrived on Thursday, so took all of 4 days for them to get here. Not a bad time as far as I'm concerned. So we got another Bluegill, a cinnamon bone stag, and then another Pandora swirl. And from the box, you can kind of tell that this is a big Pandora swirl. We're going to start at the top with the Bluegill here. Now, the first Bluegill I picked up was a cotton sampler. I did the video on that already. It's already up. And the second one I picked up was the Barlow. Wasn't expecting to pick up the Barlow, but I don't know, just got that feeling I wanted to grab the Barlow. So I did, and here we have it. There are two problems with this Barlow as far as I can tell. They're my usual complaints about the Barlows from Rough Rider. The first one is it's a rounded top. They round it off. I wish they would square off their bolster on these things. I just like a squared off bolster on a Barlow. A lot of other people prefer that Barlow to be rounded. So, you know, that's a personal preference. Same with the other problem I have with this. It's the shield. You got the RR shield there. I would much rather this shield be engraved into the bolster instead of having it inset into the bone. Really don't like a shield on my Barlows. I like it nice and simple, like you have here with the cinnamon stag bone, or a cinnamon bone stag Barlow. This is only a one-bladed Barlow. Notice this is a two-blade Barlow, and this is the way they've started doing it recently because of numerous complaints about it. But we see here, this is the way they used to do it. Big R, yeah, that's not the kind of shield I want on a Barlow. Not to mention they still have the shield here too. I like this one. This is the way it should look, like that. But in any case, we're looking at the blades. This is the way the blades used to be, and people would always complain about how far down the nick is on the front blade here, and they couldn't get to it. I tell you, I don't know what the complaint was. I've never had a problem getting to it. And if you look, you can see I do not keep my nails long, so I can get to it, and I think anyone can. Same with the back blade. It's easy enough to get to. But people wanted change. They wanted the blades flipped. So now you have the clip blade in the front position with an easier to reach nail nick, and the other blade on the back side with an easier to reach nail nick. And guess what? If you really don't like the nail nick on the back, or you just like to open the blade from the front side, you can still do it. This has a much stronger pull than some of the older ones. This one has a very light pull. A little bit, just a little heavier than that. I wanted to break these two out though, because if you look at the bone stag, notice how close they are. That's what I was talking about. They've been using this bone stag forever. It's also in the cinnamon bone stag. See, very similar. The jigging is the same. Just a different color on them, but it's pretty cool. I still like it. Well, just had to grab that one. So there's the Bluegill. As you can see, nicely lined up blades, pretty good. This one, blade alignment is definitely off on this front blade. The clip blade is getting pretty close to the edge there. It's not hitting, but it's pretty close. And nice finish there though. Nice and smooth. Don't see much in the line of gappage or anything like that. Pretty cool. I like it. Let's move into the classic cinnamon bone stag. And so this one is a cotton sampler in the classic cinnamon bone stag. I grabbed the cinnamon bone stag for one reason. It doesn't have a big R on it. Not to mention the carbon steel blades is nice, but here's the box for it. Oversized boxes. We just saw the Barlow in this also. I already had the Barlow, which is pretty cool too. So I kind of knew what I was getting with it. Now, I have mentioned in another video that this black, what I do is I usually take a toothbrush and I wash this down as best I can, and you can always torch the bone a little bit more if you want to, because as you can tell, the black rubs off a little bit. But this has been torched. That's what it is. So it has been burned, but there is also some blackening going on in here that is not from the torching. So be that as it may, it's a really cool pattern. You can see where some of the white is there. So in any case, I'm going to probably do all that work later. But as you can see, lineup is not bad on here. It's got the black goop underneath the bone, so you're not going to see any gappage between the bone and the brass liners. Also, no gappage here between the liners and everything else. It's, you know, in the back spring. They really make a really good cotton sampler. And that's why I had to pick it up, because, well, I only had 4 cotton samplers, 4 large cotton samplers at least, and I needed a 5th one, and because that's me and my idea of a subset of knives. You know, it's like if I want to have a small set of knives, you know, that little small collection, I like there to be at least 5 knives in the collection. I know a lot of people are fine with just 3. I could have also just gone with just bone stag or the cinnamon bone stag, but I don't even have 5 of these. This can go into my Barlow collection. This can go in my cotton sampler collection. So I'm not interested in having the entire cinnamon bone stag collection, but I was interested in having another cotton sampler. And so I've got that one here. I've got the Appaloosa, which was, I think, the first one that came out. I got the titanium one with the double R, actually the triple R when you think about it. This is the only one I got with the big R on it. Thankfully, I was able to get other ones without a big R. But this one is the only Rough Rider knife, the only Rough Rider knife, not the only series. This is the only Rough Rider knife with the double R so far. I don't know if they're ever going to do that again. But that's pretty cool too. So I actually bought this one at the store, so it's pretty cool. And then I got the Arctic Fox, and finally I got the Bluegill. I thought the Bluegill was the 5th of my big cotton samplers, but nope, I needed one more. So I went online and started looking for ones without a big R, and this is the only one I could find without a big R. And it's like, well, you know what? That's pretty cool anyway, because I really do like the classic cinnamon bone stag. And it's got the carbon steel blades, which is T10 carbon steel. So that was a pretty cool one to get too. And now I've got 5 of the cotton samplers. Will I get other cotton samplers? Probably, but now I've already got that 5. And that just makes me feel good. Let's get to the Pandora Swirl. And you can probably guess what that one is. Now, I've already shown one other Pandora Swirl, and it came in that size of a box. And this box is even bigger. So this is the biggest of the Pandora Swirl knives. This one was the Deer Slayer. And, well, this one then must be something else, right? And even bigger. And it is, oh, first got the new sticker again, so I got a second St. Bowie sticker. So this St. Bowie sticker is going to be stuck somewhere, and I've got one for the collection as well. But in any case, the knife is this one here, the safety folder. Now this is kind of interesting because this is the first time Rough Rider has put this knife in a lineup, the safety folder, because it's usually in the marbles lineup, Marbles safety folder, because this was a knife that Marbles actually designed some 100 years ago or so. They came out with this knife, and it's a pretty cool knife. But thankfully, I don't know why, but Rough Rider decided, we're going to take that knife and we're going to stick it in the Rough Rider series, the safety folder. And this is such a cool knife. It's a cool knife to begin with, but now with the blue acrylic and the burl wood on there, man, that one almost looks like a map. That is so good. I really like that. I like all the staining and everything in there. That is some gorgeous burl wood. And there's oh wow. I really haven't looked at the knife. I just got it out of the box. My original look at this knife was maybe 30 seconds. Man, that is nice. It is good. And you open it up. Now this always moves a little bit. It moves on all the marbles ones I've had as well. I don't have one from Gladstone, Michigan, but these were knives that were made in Gladstone, Michigan at one time by Marbles. They had that nice wedge on them as well. Obviously, they were not made in China. They were made in Gladstone, Michigan, and I don't think they were using 440A stainless steel like these are. I don't know what the ones in Gladstone were using, but this is a knife that moved over to the Marbles lineup when it got bought out, and it's always been a popular knife. Yeah, these move. A lot of people break those off. I like them. I don't have a problem with it. I know it wobbles a little bit, but it does protect your hand from sliding up. Now, the way you lock this blade so it won't close is you drop this down inside there, and that prevents the blade from closing, especially if you got your hand on the handle, because there's nowhere for the blade to close. And this also can act as a lanyard hole. I know you're thinking, well, wait a minute. It could act as a lanyard hole out here, but can it act as a lanyard hole here? And actually, the answer is yes. You can still have a lanyard on there, and you would have the lanyard wrapped around here on your hand. If, it's a forward lanyard hole then. And there's quite a few people who actually like a lanyard towards the front of the handle instead of the back. You'll even see some knives that are designed that way. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can't really close it easily. You have to work at it. But open it up, drop it down. The blade is protected. It's not going to be cutting you anywhere. And it's a nice little package. Of course, it's about 6.5 inches long this way. But the cool thing about it is when you have it open and dropped, you've got a handle that's about 4.5 inches or so and a full-length blade. So let's see here. The knife overall, yeah, comes in right at 9.5 inches or so. See right there, 9.25 maybe. Yeah, 9.25 inches. Blade length. Let's just do the cutting edge, 4.25 inches or so. Yeah, a little over 4.25. And the handle is about the same, right there, 4.5 inches or so with the handle. Now, the bump here is not uncomfortable. You'd think it would be, but really it isn't. It just, it kind of acts as that, what do they call it? A second guard or something like that, where you can actually put your hand on that and push down on it. And push here, you can really lock your hand in place with that thing. So it works really well. I like it. And it's just a really cool, funky knife. Any case, that's it. That's about it for this one. I will probably get around to doing a more thorough review on all of these knives in the near future, but I just wanted to break this out, talk about 3 of the knives that I recently picked up from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you again soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pius. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.